everybody. Welcome to Valorant Week 7. I'm Abby, but I go by Diane on the internet.
I'm Scooter, and I go by Scooda.
And you guys may notice that this is not the usual Xavier that we have. Xavier, unfortunately, couldn't make it this week. So we've got Scooter filling in for us from Rocket League. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He does know the game, so it'll be
I
okay.
know enough, hopefully.
And we are actually loaded into Ascent already for map 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. ISU is starting on that defense. So, and we're seeing what we usually see. Darkwood on that Omen smokes roll. Oh, I didn't mention, this is JB.
I was about to say.
So the names are going to be a little different. The comp's a little different, but it's the same game we all know and love. So, like I was saying, Darkwood is on that smokes roll with Toast on the Omen roll. And Solgood on the Duelist roll. He's been flexing between a couple, but right now the Jet is where he's landing. And we've got Rosella and Sharky on the KJ and KO respectively. And we see a very similar comp from Truman. They do have that double duelist, excuse me. Yes, and that is a lot of flashes, which can cause issues, but we will see what happens. And KJ, I think I talked about it last week when we played Ascent with Varsity. KJ is very good on Ascent. You can put her utility down in mid, like I said last week, and just kind of forget about it until that utility gets triggered. So KJ is definitely a very, very nice pick for this map.
Yeah, especially with Truman, like you said, playing a lot of flashes. There's a lot of corners that can definitely make a lot of differences, especially towards site B, if I'm correct. Or am I thinking site A?
I
don't know. There's the main hallway that towards site B.
Yes.
Yes. That there's a garage. Thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of corners there that if you can end up hitting the right flash makes a huge difference, especially when trying to either recapture the site or just capture it as well.
Flashes just give you free space. You can flash out of smokes, completely negate the utility. They can get you free kills if they don't turn from them. So a very useful piece of utility to have, and Truman does have 2 of them. But whoa, I haven't seen that melee before. I think it's new.
Okay. Pirate hook. Okay.
Yeah, it's the new. Oh, what's it called? Not blub. That's what the community calls it. Oh, what's the name of the skin? I don't remember. But Truman is over towards A here. It looks like their Yoru might push up mid. Smokes immediately out for that
they
one
found
way.
The Jet though. So.
Socket is peeking out, getting used out of that one way, getting a kill.
Nice headshot.
Beautiful shots onto Joe Hake. That's what we're gonna go with. Smokes out. Truman is stuck in A main, but it is important to note that ISU has already blown their 2 smoke cooldowns. So this could be interesting. They might wait out that smoke. They might push through it with those flashes. It looks like they're pushing through with the flashes, like I said. 2 outside. Sharky's going to counter flash from heaven. Getting a couple, but gets traded out by Darkwood. Beautiful round. And we get that pistol round almost flawless, ending with 4.
Yeah, I mean, definitely taking advantage of pistol round is definitely huge, especially eco-wise.
Yes.
And on defense, it's very crucial. I feel like this map can definitely go either way between defense and offense. There's not really one favored. But, lots of
going on.
We'll see how ISU decides to spend some of this new eco.
And what we're seeing here is Truman is making space over in mid, but if they do end up A, they are going to run into all of that KJ utility, which could cause issue. Darkwood good for Tooth Ferret and Joe Hockey and EMZ. And, oh my God, a 4K from Darkwood. Beautifully done. It's all left up to Nudes. I think that was his name. Nebulous. We're going to call him Nebulous.
Yeah, I like Nebulous a bit better.
Gets taken down by Toast. Beautiful kills. That is what we see that is what we call an economy frags.
Yeah, Darkwood already has his ult. I mean, so really good play by the Omen right there.
The reason that worked so well is on economy rounds, you can basically bank on the enemy team not having shields or only having light shields. So with that Marshall, where you usually want to aim for headshots, on economy rounds, you can aim for bodies because the Marshall does 101 to a body to kill. So that's why he killed so many there, because I don't think any of them
bought shields.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why that worked so well, and oh boy, did it make for a good clip.
Again,
looks like we're doing the same
going
thing.
Out. That
flashing out.
Flash didn't make much of an effect on Darkwood, though.
It did not. A little bit of spam damage. Ooh, I like this. Playing in the smoke. He's getting And we are taking space in mid here too.
Oh,
So
nice
Truman
on
might
flank.
be getting pinched here if they don't make a
Aries
move
rotate.
somewhere.
I'm a big fan of the Aries, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. But
I didn't.
love-
Gets taken down.
Ooh.
Both of them, unfortunately. They did. Truman on round 3 does have better guns here. EMZ is down really low health. We have an operator. I didn't notice that.
We do?
Yes.
Okay.
Solgood does have that operator in market, but all are
Solgood
towards...
hasn't decided to rotate, unfortunately, though.
Ooh, a beautiful kill there, and another for Darkwood. This is a 3v2. Retaking with an op might be tricky. Honestly, round 3, if I was Solgood, I would maybe play for someone pushing and save the op. Giving enemies an op for free and
Not
giving them the
very
round, a little
nice.
scary.
Spike
No.
planted.
Well, nice for them. I'm sure they appreciate
I
it.
bet they would love it, yeah.
So I like what Solgood is doing here. He's playing slow. He knows that that op was a lot of money, and he doesn't want to
Is it
want to
still
lose it.
4,100?
It's 47. I believe so.
I might have
Correct me in
no,
chat, but
but-
I think that's right. In 5 minutes. Yeah, he is full saving here.
That's
Very good.
probably the smartest decision. Make sure, because I mean, especially on this map towards mid and towards some of these areas, mainly mid, having an op is very, very crucial. So
And it forces the other team to burn smokes on blocking that operator off because of its long sight line. So you have to burn a smoke in mid to gain any space, but then pushing the op is still really difficult. So it's a very useful gun on defense specifically.
okay, it is 4,700. Okay, yeah. So we can see everyone else besides Darkwood for ISU doesn't have a lot of ult points, but almost the same relatively for Truman. So
Yeah, very true. We got both of the Omen ults.
Yeah.
Online here. I wish I knew.
teleport.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
gonna call it teleport.
I
I
like
know
it.
that it's not, but
Looks like Truman might be doing a bit of a default here. They're playing slow. Smoking in mid, like I talked about, they're expecting that op to be there, but unfortunately for them, it is not.
we'll see if they decide to rotate after seeing the op being shot right there.
Two.
Looks like they're gonna
He's
try
gonna
to
see a drone. Solgood has to back up all the way to stairs here, giving Truman a lot of space. Utility coming out. We need that smoke down. It's coming a little late.
slowly push.
Solgood good for 1. There's that smoke. Sharky good for a second. We are now in a 5v3 situation. Sharky is low, but we do have the numbers advantage.
You can see, I'm pretty sure that's Darkwood going to try to get a bit of a flank.
Yeah,
in case
with
they do
Rosella. I
rotate.
like this because all 3 are now pinched in garage. One did get out, but he TP'd back. Solgood good for a second with that operator.
Solgood's been playing pretty good with that ARP. Darkwood starting to push in. Nebulous notices,
And
but it doesn't
beautiful
matter.
kills from Darkwood here. We love to see it. That round 4 going to ISU.
I mean, I thought that was really well played by ISU. They were definitely able to kind of hold off on B, especially they originally were starting to push in, and they were holding them out of garage. But once they realized they gave them a tiny bit of space, we're able to hold it off from there. So
Yeah.
it's a very good play.
Solgood played that really well. Trying to keep that space, but also playing his life. Very good. Very well done. And Truman's economy is a little funky. We've got 2 full
Yeah.
buys. They got 1 hero rifle. But the rest are pretty much on a full save. They're rotating A here. And again, it looks like they're going to run into that KJ utility. Early
Yeah.
smokes from ISU just to delay them. Very slow plays all around from everybody.
Yeah, I definitely think that they are going to head towards A. But like you said, they are going to run into a bunch of util. So we'll see how they decide to play that. We see the Sova drone coming out. We'll see if it spots anyone.
It might scan Rosella in heaven. Utility out and popped by Rosella, delaying their push. Second smoke coming out. Ooh, unfortunately, Rosella dies to spam from heaven. From the shadows coming out from ISU, I think, for that rotate, and he sticks it. Unfortunately, though, I think Truman is going to rotate out.
Yeah, honestly, that's not a bad decision by Truman, being able to see how much util was already placed right there. Trying to push could be a bit of a risk factor. So not a terrible play. We'll see if they're going to be able to capture any space coming through mid.
Yeah, I think Darkwood has the read that they're up in mid, even though they're being silent. He might make first contact here.
30 seconds left.
Definitely will be
Get-
making first contact.
Nice
Unfortunately,
trade.
gets the trade. That gun, those 2 guns are now going to be rotated to the hands of 2 Truman players. This is a 2v4.
We do see the op being pulled out.
Ooh, he sees one. Gets
the
him.
shot.
Beautiful flick.
Spike
And a bad
planted.
smoke from Truman, giving ISU some space here. Oh, this is a hard angle to hold. Oh, man. To the left. To the left, Solgood. Come on, can't you see the outline like I can? We are taking some space. We're picking up the stinger
Oh,
for the
yeah, she
op.
shot the op for the stinger.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That got stuck in the. Wow.
Last
barely
player
stuck.
Solgood, good for one. Good for the trade.
Oh,
Oh, my God!
wow.
A beautiful spray transfer from
8
Sharpie. Yeah, that was a close round.
And gets the
Go pick up
defuse
the op.
in time.
Go pick up the op. I don't think he's gonna pick up the op, but that's okay because
They're
we are loaded.
screaming over there. Go grab the op. That was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Well, that was a good round right there by ISU. We can see Solgood still getting another op right there. They did have enough eco.
We have a whole lot of money. 4 rounds will do that to you.
Yeah, it will. Especially, don't you get a defuse bonus as well?
I know you get a plant bonus of 300. You probably get a defuse bonus. You do get a defuse bonus.
And I do know that. I did know that.
Congratulations.
Woo! I never got it that much when I played, but
That's funny.
anyways, they are looking. It does seem like Truman might be defaulting a tiny bit here.
It does, but Solgan might make first contact here over in A main, but
Yeah.
it looks like they are backing off a little bit. That Yoru playing safe. Oh man. Ooh. Wow.
We have a follower.
Thank you for the follow.
Yippee.
Ooh,
Oh,
my
nice
goodness.
pick
Beautiful
right there
kill
by
from
Dark.
Darkwood. I love that angle. It's very cheeky. Spam's coming through, not going to hit anybody. But there are 3 out in mid here. Rosella
We'll see
might
if
be
yeah,
good
Rosella
for-
might be able to see. Oh, nice pick right there. Does she get another
down
no?
mid.
That KJ is, EMZ is very low now, brought down to half. Numbers are still in the favor of ISU, 4v3. They do know the location of that op. Is he going to re-peek? Oh, God.
See.
Oh, God.
Oh, does
my
get one
God!
right there.
Gets
But doesn't
taken
see
down
the
by
second.
Nebulous. Still numbers in the favor of ISU. Well, about
And
that.
now it's even. Okay, that
But we're back
nice
up.
trade
We
right
are
there.
back up. They do know the location of him. He's
Yeah,
over
the
towards
Yoru's
A.
starting, but Bomb isn't
Yes,
anywhere
Bomb
near with
is
30 seconds
down.
left.
Oh, he is ulting to go get that bomb, and he's likely going to TP back to A once he gets the bomb. He does have a TP set up there.
Let's have a team.
And-
That's a good play.
There he goes. Oh, what? Oh, he's waiting to get a pick with an op, I think.
10
There he
seconds
goes.
left.
TPing, he
Yeah.
has to stick. Plant takes 4 seconds, so he had just
Spike
enough
planted.
time there.
How much time does diffuse take? Okay, fair enough. I
There's
wasn't
not
sure.
a timer up when you're diffusing. It's
Yeah.
like an audio cue thing, and so it's like the vibe of the beeps tells you how long.
Well,
you have.
I knew how that kind of works. I just didn't
7
know
seconds
exactly
to
how long.
diffuse. I
7
just pulled that
seconds.
number out of my head.
Okay.
Flash coming out. Smokes are down in main. They know that he's over in
know that it's
trees.
over. They did
Dark
mark
wood.
it.
Last player standing.
Oh, there we go.
Beautifully done by Sharky. 2 clutches in a row now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good retake right there by ISU.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know if I'd entirely call that a retake because there's only one person.
No, that's a retake.
It's
Yeah.
still? Okay.
It doesn't matter how many are alive. If you're retaking a site, that is a retake, Scooter.
I mean, honestly, still at the same point, Nebulous, I think that was a really good play by them using their ult, picking up the bomb,
Yeah.
then TPing back. I did like the point I did like how you pointed out that they ended up just waiting there, trying to see if they can get a pick, but also playing with enough time
'cause
to teleport back.
Obviously, they had that Vandal pick up available on that A site after Plant was down. So it was a good play, a bit of a hero play, if you would, because if he brought that down to a 1v1, that post-plant situation becomes a lot more winnable.
Yeah. And we see a bit of some interesting buys all around on both sides of the team. We'll see how that kind of plays out. We saw some Spectres, a couple Phantoms. But overall, ISU is winning, or Truman is a bit up in the ult eco. But we do see Solgood pull out her ult.
The Blade Storm.
Yes.
And that's likely due to the fact that we are down on guns. Yes, he only has a classic in hand, so Blaze
That
Storm
was
is
the
kind
plan.
of a yes. Rosella gets taken down over in tree here, but Salkin might be good for the trade. Oh man, beautiful shot.
Shot right
Spike
there.
down A.
Gets mollied off. Can't really hold that anymore, but Truman members are stuck in
I think
mid.
Truman
Yeah, they're
might be
rotating
trying
out.
to
Looks like they're gonna run into one here.
Sobi gets some damage off, but not a lot.
Sharky's kind of holding it with him, almost baiting for
Joke's over.
toast.
You're dead.
See the
Run it
Phoenix.
back comes out. Yeah.
Oh,
30
Oh, one
seconds
lurked up
left.
here.
Okay.
It seems.
Pokey. Poke. I don't know how you pronounce a lot of these names, but coming out and around, so interesting choice.
It's a 2v2 situation here. I think Solgood here is just waiting for the rotate from his teammate, Darkwood. Oh, Darkwood was getting that ult orb to get his ultimate.
Oh, it's a good
man,
call. Yeah,
smart
there's
man.
10 seconds left,
10
so we'll probably
seconds
see the
left.
plant coming. There it is. Looks like he's using
Spike planted.
the from the shadows ult to just help with a rotate.
And now we have smokes for this retake, which makes retakes a whole lot easier, let me tell you. Well, he spots one front sight. Shock dart coming out. Ooh, but that
One enemy
blind.
remaining.
Darkwood good for the kill. Do they know where last is? They don't. They assume
Last
back
player
sight, but
standing.
unfortunately.
That's a good clutch right there by the Phoenix, though. 4 kills that round.
Yeah, that run it back really got value up in mid, taking that space, getting that free damage, those free kills.
I did kind of like the idea where they were starting to poke towards A, and then they ended up
Rotating?
rotating. Yeah, I've said that word so many times, and I already forgot it.
Yeah,
But
that's what we call it, fake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a planned fake, or do you think it just was the way it was?
I think they were at 8 and saw the Omen one ways and said, no thank you, goodbye.
Yeah, and that was also when
If I had to guess.
Solgood had the headshot on the KJ, right? So that might have had something, because KJ can definitely help with controlling a bunch of area.
Flash come out wide. Darkwood caught out, unfortunately, because of that flash. And Solgood taken down as
I mean,
well.
with the gun advantage right there, that was a pretty hard.
And the wide flash was unfortunate. We didn't turn away from it in time. Truman does get a free plant here. Rosella on the long flank, but so is Truman Sova flanking as well. So
We're hiding up in rafters.
ooh, a headshot on
Spike
Johake,
planted.
but doesn't kill. Is that how you'd say that? That's how I said it.
No. We do see the Sova from Truman looking for a nice flank up there.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately caught out.
Get it?
Enemy
Oh,
Good for one.
grab
Does he get the
handle.
kill? He does the C1 pushing up. I think he's going to opt to save this gun, though.
That's not a...
4v1 situation. Very smart.
I'd definitely do that as well, probably.
I mean, honestly, I probably would have took the ego fight and lost it.
I mean,
and then
that's
complained
a
about
very
it.
fair
But
point. I don't know if I would have thought that far
the
ahead,
smart
but I
move,
do
what
agree
you do
with
in
the idea.
NACE is this.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Anyways, I think that was a pretty good. I mean, ISU just unfortunately got caught off guard, especially not having the gun advantage right there.
Well, and the economy difference and the ultimate difference, I think. Although Truman didn't.
They
use
didn't
nails.
really use any ults.
Forget I said that.
They've been at the Sova, or not the Sova, the KJ and the Omen have had their ults for quite a while, though they haven't used it quite recently. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them being used in the next couple rounds. But
we got op back in the hands of Solgood. We've seen that do some work.
oh yeah,
so
it definitely has created a good amount of value from that op itself.
I like this angle too. I don't like seeing it in my games, but I like seeing it here.
See
come
if
on,
they
peek.
decide to peek
Do it.
without any flashes.
Peek it. Come on. You think that works?
Just peek.
Come on. Come on. You can peek. Ah,
Oh.
he did wall him, so that Phoenix is brought down really low. Unfortunately, that is the one hero on that team who can heal, but he has no armor.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Oh, he's gonna run into 2 here. Unfortunately, man.
Yeah, I don't think Darkwood thought that they were actually
Yeah,
there.
the default came out very strong with this round. Rosella scanned back Jenny, getting spammed out. Can't get the kill.
Oh, and
Getting
there's
peeked
more.
by 4. Gets one
Does
with
get
that
the kill,
molly.
though.
Gets taken down by a Tooth
Nice
Ferret.
molly.
What a name.
Tooth
EMZ.
Ferret.
EMZ killing Sharky. All good. Good
There
for
you go.
one.
And so
Toast.
Sovi was able
Yeah.
to get a nice headshot on Tooth Ferret, so
The
it is
2v2
a
retake
2v2,
situation.
but All Good is a bit low. It does have the op still, which is, you know, one shot no matter what.
Well, I think he did opt to pick up a Vandal. So.
Oh, okay.
And it's only a one-shot body. If you leg them or arm them, it does not kill.
Okay.
So it has to be middle ground.
Yeah, Sovi, by the way, did end up
All
getting
good for another.
Player
the
standing.
They
drone.
know his location. We're running out of time here. 5 bullets remaining.
Wow,
Very,
that was a good
very
clutch right
close
there.
situation there for that round.
Yeah, I mean, it's now 5-4, so this is definitely a tight match. It could go either way, but I think ISU now has a bit of a gun, not a gun
No, we
advantage.
bought last round, so it looks like we're going to do a little bit of a save this round. Got some Guardians, some shotguns coming out. What's that one called again?
Bucky?
Bucky, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get a couple picks, especially on Truman, and then either retake their weapons, that'd help with eco in the next couple rounds,
Certainly.
or, you know, just not them having the gun definitely helps as well. So we do see Truman definitely full stacking B, though.
I kind of like what Rosella is doing here. Utility on main to delay and
Joke's
wait.
over. You're dead.
Ooh, smoke's coming out, and we're committing the lockdown on both sides.
Not a bad play. I do agree with.
Oh, she's going to get caught out here, though. Brought down really low.
Unfortunately, on the wrong side of the wall with the wrong kind of gun for it, so.
But there's only 2 out on site.
Sharky with a nice headshot right there.
Yeah, we are now up in numbers, a 4v3 situation.
Oh, they don't realize how close.
He does get full blinded. Oh my goodness, the timing on that. Beautiful
Nice
kill.
headshot right there.
They're both back site. Oh man, I want
One
Darkwood to
enemy
pick up that
remaining.
gun. He gets one with the classic.
Does
Gets
get the Vandal.
He's 1 HP back site. And
And we
there's
got the
kill.
final kill. That's a good round
That
for
is
ISU.
Immensely good. Our economy is going to be infinitely better now, not just because we saved and won, but because we took away Truman's guns as well.
And yeah, if we keep
And
those
their
guns
ultimate
on top, yeah, getting
we
a bunch
traded
of
one ult
kills.
for 2.
Thrifty.
Did they have 2?
They used
They used Phoenix and KJ.
yes, sir.
So
One,
that's
two.
it's a really good round for ISU, I think, in almost every aspect. So.
Very, yeah. Ooh,
Ooh,
timeout coming up
but
from us.
Yeah, we called a timeout after that. Interesting choice, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in the brain of coach. Might be interesting. It might not. A very fun game so far.
I mean, yeah, back and forth.
I thought it was gonna be. Once we started and ISU started doing really well, I really thought it wasn't going to be all that close.
I mean, it did start to kind of look like that, but towards these past couple rounds, we've seen Truman with some really nice plays. I mean, I think by far the best play so far was Darkwood with the
Oh my God,
Marshall.
with the Marshall, that was beautiful. That is going on our YouTube for sure.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. But besides that, yeah, I think Truman's definitely made a bit of a comeback. I actually do kind of understand a bit of the timeout. Just being able to talk through some of the strategies that we've seen Truman start to come up with now. And so just kind of get one step ahead, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Not a bad play. I also do kind of question it because it seemed like we started getting a bit of motivation.
I think, so a lot of the issue with varsity is that it takes us a second to get going. I think with JV, once they get going, they actually start making more mistakes because they're getting so, like, up. I guess is the
So
phrase.
taking the time out, try to calm themselves down and take a bit of a breather.
If I had to guess, that would
I
be.
mean, that makes a lot of sense. So we haven't really seen much of the JV before, so this is definitely an interesting thing for the stream. But I am 100% for it. This has definitely been exciting.
Very
Normally, I don't get a comment on Valorant, so I'm not going to complain either way.
Hey, we're glad to have you.
Looks like Truman's defaulting once again. It did work out for them the past couple times.
I think they're leaning towards this because of the op in our hands. It's hard to push angles, like I was talking about earlier, even when you smoke off.
Also,
and
knowing
on.
where the op is, because Solgood has definitely been able to mix up locations.
Yes, and I like that too. He's not just playing in mid.
Yeah, which definitely makes it harder for them to, you know, slowly take over a bunch of
The
space.
Phoenix is very pushed up in mid here. Poke taking down Toast over in mid. Jump peeking. We do see a couple here.
Phoenix using
Molly's
that
off,
molly.
Yeah.
Honestly, a good play right there, being able to
Also,
read where we were.
Spike is walking up A main.
Okay.
Nobody's watching it.
Yeah, I mean, we see the Omen rotating Darkwood, so maybe he'll start to stay there. But
Yeah, this
not
is a
too.
very.
It's definitely been a slow round, that's for sure. Unfortunately, not the people numbers aren't in favor of ISU, but we'll see how we decide to play this.
They do know that they are pushing up.
30
top
seconds
here.
left.
One shot coming out from Solgood, but nothing connects, unfortunately. Giving sight away. Darkwood backside alone gets taken down by Johake.
All five
yeah.
are on site for
We are
Truman.
committing this
Spike
null
planted.
command. I'm pretty sure. Oh, he does see the gun of one. Oh, gets
Oh.
taken down by EMZ. Yeah, that's a hard res to commit. It's all good for Tooth Fairy and popping the Blade Storm as well. Ooh,
Doesn't connect.
could pick up that Phantom though.
Phantom's looking mighty tasteful right now, one might say. Does get the kill.
That Yoru is 1 HP back there.
Last
Back
player
there.
standing.
Imagine if I die.
Ah,
Yeah, if I'm correct, that Phoenix was actually hidden behind the box the entire time. Didn't decide to peek.
oh, behind Dice.
Yeah.
Last round before the
Yeah, but
switch.
didn't decide to peek until right there. So, I mean, interesting call, but a bit understandable, I guess.
It works out. When you know the location, you can kind of hide. And I think what was happening was the Yoru was really low HP. The Phoenix had more HP, so the Yoru was baiting for the Phoenix.
Either that or Phoenix might have been actually going for Solgood, who was up in Haven. But I could be Heaven. Haven is a map.
Haven.
We discussed this before, and I already forgot.
That's
so,
okay.
oh yikes!
Oh, and Odin coming out from Rosella here.
Interesting play. I'm kind of fourth though. I'm a big fan of
We're
spam.
taking a lot of
so.
space. Good for one. Beautifully done. Good for two.
Oh.
Gets taken down by
Spike
Nebulous,
down
but we
B.
are up in numbers here. 4v3 for ISU.
Oh, that's the new gun
This is the new
skin.
bundle, yes. It's all right.
See, I've been
Not
on
my vibe.
quite recently. I'm not good, but
Me neither. Believe me.
looks like they're gonna rotate a bit towards mid.
Yes,
Or
Bonk's still
defaulting a
down
tiny
towards
bit.
B, so I think they're defaulting. Ultimate coming. Wow, bonked heads with that Sovadrone. But did you see that Yoru ultimate? Looks like Yoru actually might be playing for a kill here. About that, I don't know. Ah,
Does
gets one.
okay. Euro didn't get one, but does get the assist.
I like this from Darkwood playing backside. They are not going to expect this.
Maybe they will now after that.
Beautiful.
No, never mind, they
He
didn't.
does know
Down
one
B.
is there. Ah, 7 bullets.
Enemy.
No
Oh!
help. Beautiful headshot.
Oh, wow!
God!
Darkwood through the crate. Woo!
I think he got more excited than I did.
That was, what do you mean? That was insane. Being able to read where he was and get the headshot.
And you had no faith that ult was good. You were like
Well, it wasn't the
no.
ult. It was he threw the blind
the
from
smoke.
he threw the smoke from there, and I was wondering, oh, maybe they noticed where it was coming from.
I don't
They didn't.
No.
So, I mean,
They didn't.
I don't know. Okay, I'm still
I'm sorry,
quite
I'm
new
just
to the
teasing
game.
You. It's okay. That's my environment with Xavier, but I'll chill out for a little bit.
I don't know. I just thought he was at what 7 health,
Very
and
low. That headshot was clutch.
the headshot, especially on the other team's Omen,
that's what I meant.
Tooth Ferret. Yeah, when he was dropping down.
Bro, that's like gonna give me nightmares. Ferrets. Good God. Oh, we're on attack now.
Yeah, it's pistol round.
We kind of.
That was last round, which is why I think KJ bought
Ow.
the Odin.
Probably.
So.
Just Truman just giving up. A side. Gonna play a full retake. Ooh, I like this. I like this.
I do. Oh, nice.
great transfer.
Darkwood once again.
Good for a third.
There's a third. There's 2 left.
3 bullets remaining. I would. Whoa.
Ooh.
I think that was some team damage there.
Maybe. I don't know. So it is definitely numbers advantage for ISU, especially this is a pretty hard retake. Maybe not anymore, but time for the bomb is slowly going down.
Nebulous is really low HP. They don't really have retake utility either.
No.
So this is definitely in the favor of ISU. No time.
Wow,
Toast good for
Sovi!
2.
Woo!
Very beautiful kills. I think he lives. He lives.
Oh,
Very
close on
nice.
time, but I don't think he had much of a choice right there anyways.
I mean, he could have tried to leave.
You see some Bulldogs. I do
Yeah,
like the
second
Bulldog
round, we're gonna
choice.
force up that economy.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if anyone else besides Sharky and Darkwood, we'll see what they decide to go with. But yeah, Bulldog, definitely an interesting choice. I'm not against it. I could never figure out how to play Bulldog with ADS and non-ADS being different.
When you ADS with the Bulldog, it does turn into a burst weapon, like we saw right there. Shoots 3 bullets at a time. Pushing in here, we might run into Tooth Ferret. Solgood already back Jenny here is gonna meet Tooth Ferret. Good for the kill.
There you go. Yeah, I
Bomb is
mean,
finally getting
quick take right
planted.
now by ISU.
Down A.
Unfortunate that the door was not closed. And there it goes. I like that. Dude, Darkwood's got the cheekiest spots. I'm so here for it. He's hiding in smokes and playing headshot angles and getting on top of Jenny. It's so gross. But
See some smokes being played. We'll see if EMZ decides to push.
ooh. It does scan both.
Okay.
So they're...
Time is still ticking. We do have advantage in numbers once again. This retake will definitely be hard for Truman. Especially not really having much retake ult.
Yeah.
Or
That and no guns, no health.
not ult.
I
What's
think
the other
they're... Yeah,
Utility.
they're opting to save... Die to bomb. Oh my gosh. Every time you say ult, I'm just like... what are
I
you
think
saying?
ult, but it's util and there's some weird words.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, good win right there for ISU. We're up now 9-5. Haven't ever since the swap. I mean, it's only been 2 rounds, but we haven't lost.
Yeah,
Looked pretty good
we
since
are
the
on our
swap.
bonus round. That last round was in our favor since Truman was on the save.
Mhm.
This bonus round, I think the goal is to turn over guns.
Yes.
We are expecting Truman to full buy, as we can see here. They have all rifles. Some of them don't have armor, but that's negligible. So the goal here is to get trades and pick up their guns and win the next gunfight.
And we've seen ISU do it before a couple times. We are
Ooh, one might get caught out
full-sending
here.
it. Wow, that was a heavy rush right there.
It's all good running onto site, meeting EMZ.
Fortunately,
Doing
doesn't
some
get it,
damage,
but gets the trade.
trade.
This is exciting. A lot. Yeah, I normally don't get to see this. since
Sharky
Rocket
for
League.
one. That's true. This is a 2v3 retake situation now. We're all backside. I believe we all have guns. Maybe not.
Tooth Ferret gets Sharky.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. We're both playing on site here. That was an interesting molly.
They do get the flash
One
on
enemy
both,
remaining.
but Darkwood gets it.
Turns from the flash
Wow!
and then the headshot.
What a flick right there by Toast.
And look at that. We get better guns now. Yay.
I mean, all I'm saying is I feel like ISU is feeling it right now, and I can even hear it from some of the players over there. So definitely good times in the studio right now.
In the studio. I think it's so funny when people say that. If they looked at
What
our
else do we call
studio
it?
is.
Well, the arena. I like that.
Yeah.
We should make like a genuine term for that, though.
I get
Like,
Cody, my friend, calls it the arena. I don't know why I've made it so awkward. But anyways, we're definitely towards B here.
call it like the Director Dan Arena. Like, that'd be pretty fun. Anyways, nevertheless, we're getting a couple trades
Darkwood,
going
yeah,
out.
good for the trade here. Continuing to fight, gets taken down by EMZ, and there's the gun pickup? Maybe? He didn't pick up a gun. We do have 2 on the flank. This might cause issue for ISU.
Yeah, I mean, no one's on site, but we are a bit down on numbers, even though Omen, Tooth Ferret, is pretty low on Truman. So that might help a tiny bit. Ooh. Does that
Now
just happen to be a lucky...
There are lineups for
Okay.
plant locations.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow. Playing this very fast. Tooth Ferret gets taken down.
Player standing.
Unfortunately, EMZ takes Toast. It's all left down to Rosella here. He's taken down by EMZ.
Good play by Z. Just an unfortunate circumstance. We were not in the numbers advantage, and they had some pretty nice lineups on the Sova. Shock Bolt, right?
Shock Dart.
Shock Dart. Got it.
It might be Bolt, actually. You might be right about that.
I don't know. I think he says Shock Bolt,
He
but
said-
I could be
I
wrong.
think it's a Shock Dart.
He
It's
might say
probably Shock
Dart.
Everybody called
Shock
it
Dart.
I call it a Dart.
Okay.
Shock Dart.
Anyways, so a bit even on gun numbers now.
Gun numbers.
Uh,
Economy.
on guns, but like the guns are even.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Just never heard it phrased like that before.
I don't know the phrases. Except
okay.
for one Spectre and an Odin.
Yeah,
Only
that's
real
it.
differences.
Well, I don't know why he's saving. He had
I
enough
don't know.
for it. But nonetheless, we are
Yeah.
doing a full push onto A. Last time we pushed A, they kind of just gave it up, and I kind of anticipate the same thing happening.
Except for the
From the
Phoenix
shadows
is
coming
playing.
out from ISU, where did he land? Nobody knows. I think he faked it. Utility coming out from ISU. I really want to see us take the space here. Smokes are down now. Tooth Ferret kills one.
Oh,
Good for that trade.
yeah, Solgood knew that he was there, just unfortunately wasn't able to get the shots in.
Ooh, Darkwood full blind here. Smoking off Heaven real quick. Oh, the door is broken too. Sharky 18 HP.
Last player standing.
Nebulous good for
Down.
2 with a
A.
stinger at that range. That's crazy.
That's
My
crazy.
stinger doesn't do that. Beautiful kill.
Nebulous didn't expect Darkwood to be there, so bit to our advantage. Tooth Ferret gets a couple shots on.
42 HP here. The fake TP. Mind games. I love it. He does have to play bomb retake, though.
I feel like they might have known he was faking the TP. Interesting.
30
KJ might
seconds
walk
left.
out of the smoke here. Oh my gosh, I'm stressed out. Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunate
when the game gets
situation.
so quiet like that, it's so tense.
Dude,
Anyways,
imagine being Darkwood.
yeah, I don't want to imagine being Darkwood. No, overall though, I mean, a really good play idea-wise by ISU, and they definitely had a lot of the right reads.
And they-
Unfortunately, just not able to hit the right shots.
They took too long. That Phoenix Molly really delayed us.
Mhm.
We needed to push while our smokes were still up, but unfortunately, by the time that Molotov went away,
Yeah.
the smokes were down, and we just had to dry fight everything. And oh boy, was that scary.
Still, ISU up 10-7.
Yeah, we do have some interesting gun buys this round,
Mhm.
but I think I saw a judge.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this decides to go. It looks like we're defaulting a bit, which is the first time we've done that since we've gone to attack. So this might be this is a bit different of a strategy, and I'm kind of for that.
Yeah, when the full pushes stop working, you do gotta change
Mhm.
what you're doing. You don't want to bang your head into a wall too many times.
Run the horse into the ground, is that a saying?
Yeah, but I don't think for this.
Like-
That's like working too hard. And
I mean,
drop,
yeah,
think.
but like, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop then.
No, I like the effort. I like the effort.
We do have bomb on site A, but 3 of them are on site A.
Yeah, and important to note, Truman's Omen just TP'd onto Jenny, and that is not something people clear.
And Yoru was using a bit of their Yoru was using their ult over there.
Beautiful kills. Oh my gosh,
Nice
second
there
for
by
Sharky. One got a kill in
Oh, I guess their Sova. I'm pretty sure that's their Sova has an Odin.
Yes.
Interesting play.
Especially now with the changes on this map. So Sova is was really good on B site because you could, with a heavy penetration weapon like an Odin, scan through that B main and get spam kills through the wall. It was
Okay.
very frustrating
I bet
because
it
there's
was.
nothing you can do about it other than just not going that way. But they did make some changes. Rosella on the big flank here. And
Yes!
for the kill.
Nice flank right
Beautifully
there, and they
done.
get the Odin.
But like I was saying, I'm wondering if we can get an observer over into B main so we can see what I'm talking about. They basically armored those walls in
Oh.
B main, so you can no longer penetrate the wall with
like
anything.
in garage?
Yes.
Yes. I do remember you stating that at one point last week, I think.
Probably. Because, well, our Sova main on varsity, I was wondering if it would hinder him because that was kind of his go-to plan.
Okay.
But yeah, we can kind of see them here. So they're on that side and the other side of that wall as well. You cannot penetrate that wall right there.
Yeah, because you could shoot through the tiny little barred windows with the scan.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Going fast here. I like it. It's all good. Unfortunately, couldn't get that dash off. Gonna run into some KJ utility here. All of the KJ
a lot of
utility.
KJ
EMZ hiding backside. Solid or Sharky good for 1. Toast good for EMZ backside. Bomb is gonna get planted backside. Phoenix flashes out.
The door is now broken.
Yeah, Darkwood is gonna meet one here. Ooh, I like this. Did he hear him though? Is the question.
Darkwood's definitely trying to play that safe, hiding up
Smoking
close.
it off. Oh my. He's gonna get cleared by the Yoru maybe.
Odin's got to reload. That takes some time, and
One enemy
unfortunately,
remaining.
that's Doesn't work out well for ISU. Oh, wow, Darkwood.
In that cubby doesn't get cleared. We are now 12-7.
One away from winning the map.
Match points for our. I don't think we had time to mention this, but both of these teams are without a win this season.
Yes.
So one team will come out with their first win of NACE history for their team.
Because this is also
it
Truman's
better be
first
us. Yes.
first year in NACE
It
as
is
well.
Truman's first year in NACE with a Valorant team. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I knew that Rocket League was their first year in NACE too, so I'm not actually sure about that.
I don't.
Well, I'm not sure about everyone else. I was just... Anyways, but at the same time, Truman also only had 3 map wins this entire season.
And we had 2.
So that would even the score in maps. We see ISU definitely pushing up through Garage.
Yeah, and we burned both our smokes, but I think because of that KJ ult, yeah, that lockdown. So those of you who don't know, that big green circle, if you get stuck in it, you are slowed and you cannot shoot. You are just completely
Oh, you can't shoot.
vulnerable. No, your gun gets taken away. You just stand there, you take double damage, and you stare at the people who run at you with knives. That's all you can do. So running away from the KJ ult there was good. I think we're playing
I thought
some
it just
time
you
here.
couldn't use your util.
That is the KO knife.
Okay.
That blocks your utility. That's called
Okay.
a suppress.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of. That's interesting. I think we're now playing a bit more of a default. I think it was a fake rotate, actually.
Yeah, it was. 1 kill, Sharky on EMZ. B-site is completely free now.
I just hear him screaming, go, go, go. Sorry. I thought that was funny.
I guess Rocket League doesn't really do that, huh?
No, they're very quiet.
Yeah, Valorant and Overwatch, very loud. This is a 3v5
Darkwood
situation.
in another
Dude, I'm
cheeky
telling
spot.
you, I'm telling you, my Omen main.
There
Beautiful
you go.
kill,
Gets the
backs
kill.
up.
Ooh.
Darkwood
Phoenix
good for
ended
the
up-
trade, though.
Yeah, but Phoenix actually, their
Blinded
Phoenix,
himself,
yep,
yeah.
blinded himself. Didn't get to turn away fast enough. Yoro's the only one left. He's at the defender spawn. I
Beats
think
Rosella here.
ISU now knows it, so they're just going to block off this
To
site.
push. Yeah, he's running out of time. We're pulling out an ultimate just to try to do some damage on him. I think he's given up.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have actually used that util.
I mean, we're running out
that
of.
ult.
He's
Oh,
running
it's
out
the
of
last
time.
map.
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Beautiful map, and that is JV's 3rd map win of the season, and we are running into a possible
JV
match
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the first in their history.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of sick.
Very sick. That was very exciting. It got a little close, a little scary
It's
at some
definitely in the
points.
beginning.
Yeah, but
As soon as
We brought it back.
as soon as we hit attack, whew,
Oh,
there was
yeah.
a tiny bit. There was a tiny bit. It was like, okay, maybe Truman's may come back, and then after that, smooth sailing. So
sailing.
very well played.
Yeah, so we are going to go to a break for a little bit. Catch us here in a few minutes. We are going to be playing Lotus, and we are starting on offense. We'll see you guys soon. Welcome you guys back to map 2. Like I said earlier, we are on Lotus, starting on that offense.
Offense.
Starting on offense, and we are loaded into the map, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. Alrighty. Oh, we're seeing some swap outs. It looks like we put Julian in for Soviet Toast
Okay.
on Sova. So we do have a swap here. And I've talked about this non-stop for varsity, but I'll say it here for JV. Vice is immensely good on Lotus.
I think you have mentioned that before.
Yes, Vice is very good on Lotus. The flank watch is amazing, and putting her wall in any of the chokes really just completely delays a push. Even if you fake out that wall with a jump peek, you're still delayed pushing that place for a hot minute. I don't know the numbers exactly, but it is significantly longer than any smokes, I want to say. Maybe not significantly. It's about as long. But you also can't break the wall. That's what makes it so good. Like a Sage wall or a Deadlock wall, you can break them. Vice wall is impenetrable once it is up.
Okay. Yeah, that can definitely block a lot of routes, so I can see that being very good on Lotus.
She's very good.
But to go into a tiny bit of history of this match, I did want to recap. Both of these teams haven't won a match in NACE yet. Both are looking for their first win in NACE, especially coming into the... Huh?
The Vice wall.
Okay. And so both of them, you know, first years in NACE, or first years in NACE. So definitely big, especially being in the last week of NACE as well. Now that ISU won that last map, they're even on map wins throughout the entire season, both being at 3. And I did want to go a tiny bit into some of the kills, some of the scoreboard of the last match. Darkwood had 31 kills, which very good, if I must say so.
Our cheeky Omen, like I was saying. Those spots, the headshot angles, the playing in the smokes worked out very well.
That Marshall play, still immaculate, I won't lie. I cannot get enough of that Marshall play. 4 in a row. Oh, should have had 5, just had to reload.
This evening.
Okay, well, you know, we're going to move on from that. And Sharky.
It's funny. You ruined that joke by making it weird.
Sharky on offense, I did want to point out, I thought he played really well. Ended up having 17 kills, and I thought, oh.
Yeah, they questioned our sub in.
Okay.
So I think our coach is just explaining the rules for a little bit. You can keep talking.
The NACE rulebook, quite interessante. But from what I know, I've heard it's just there's a lot of stuff that don't make any sense. But we're not here to dog on NACE. We're here to watch this match. What do you think? What some of the best plays, especially on offense, as ISU starting on offense? What do you think we're gonna do?
With the Breach and the Reyna. Reyna is a very oppressive player, and she's very good alone. So I'd like to see our Reyna flank. Especially since we have the Breach flashes for initiation. That's the main reason you don't like when your duelists flank, is because they have that initiation utility, like Jet with the double dash and the smoke, or a Phoenix with the flashes and the molly. Reyna has AoE flashes, and that is it. And she's kind of a really bad team player, if I'm going to be honest. So lurking on Reyna is really good. You can get your kill, and even if you get brought down to low HP, let's rephrase that to make more sense, she can heal off of the kill.
Yep.
So Reyna, I'd like to see some lurks out of that Reyna. My main concern here, starting on offense, is we do have Solgood. So if you remember from last map, Solgood was our opper on Jet, and he's on the Chamber this round. Now Chamber, if you don't know, his ultimate
is a sniper, right?
Front, I want to say. Yes, it is a free operator with 5 shots only. So I think it's Tour de Force, not Tour de France.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, Tour de France is an entire race. That wouldn't make a lot of sense, but okay.
Yes, Tour de Force. My bad. My bad. I remembered eventually.
Is he French?
Yep.
That would make a lot of sense. I just, you know, I figured. I wanted to,
full B push. I like this. We're going fast and hard.
I don't know if that Viper is
going in. I don't think they're going to clear her. Yep, she does get 3 kills there, not clearing that corner.
4,
Rosella
almost had 5.
Wow, unfortunate, honestly.
I mean,
one peeked out.
There's not much you could do there.
I mean, you could clear the corner. That's
I know, but once you didn't clear the corner, there wasn't much.
Very true.
So
Unfortunately, pistol round does go to Truman. Go ahead.
I mean, I do like the idea of, full rush. Unfortunately, with them only having one person on B, because once again, Lotus has 3 sites, that's just unfortunate not clearing that corner, huh?
Yes. Yeah. When you're going fast, it's easy to forget to forget is the wrong term, but think of that. Pushing fast is more important than clearing your angles, but on a pistol round like this, you really got to clear those angles. Even if it's not immediately or the first person, somebody has to look everywhere.
Looks
So you're
like
not
they're
getting
pushed out of B site, so it should be good for the
Doing
capture.
it again, yeah. And look at that. We learned from our mistake. We cleared that corner. Love to see it. We are teachable.
That's a good thing, especially.
Darkwood good for Johake. Somewhere. Backside. Julian tried to get Tooth Ferret there. Viper brought down to half HP on top of sight. It's all good. Unfortunately, TP's back into the Raze. Where is Darkwood going? Sharky left alone on sight. He's got to go fast here.
Major flank
But he
right
does have a gun.
So he did pick up a Spectre. Not a bad play.
Good
Does
for
get a
one.
kill.
He does know the location of the other, and he knows he's pushing. Ah, no, he didn't!
Gets caught with his
Oh.
util out.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Do not put out utility when you're in a 1v1. Don't do it, please. Have your gun out. Anyways, round 2 goes to Truman.
I mean, honestly, with them having a bit of a gun advantage, not a bad round.
A very good round. We took away 4 guns.
Yep.
They're going to be very broke this round. We will have the gun advantage.
We do have the Captain
Thank you
Hook
for
out.
bringing the round back. The captain.
What?
Just in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry, I got distracted.
I can tell. Do you need my pen fidget?
I am chilling. We do see a bit, some interesting buy on Truman with the Ares and then a Vandal, 2 Spectres.
Looks like they aren't really sure what they're doing. Rosella on the flank here. Full flashing out. They do make contact with one, but they back out. Smoke's already out for
A
Darkwood.
lot of util for the one hallway. I don't know if that's called hallway, but I'm gonna call
A
it
main?
a main. Yeah, that's a good term.
A lane. You can call it a lane, like in League.
I don't know what it's called.
Darkwood good for 1 on Tooth Ferret, but he's brought down low. Rosella good for a second. Johake taking down Darkwood. But we are in a 3v4 situation. Rosella's still on the flank, I believe. Yes, she might find EMZ. Julian is in sight alone. But we are now pushing sight. Will we meet one? Nebulous, good for 1 with that Ares. We are in an even 3v3 now. Sharky got that trade, but taken down. Rosella now in a 1v1. Now, Johake,
Spike isn't.
true, but Johake is half HP.
That's a good point.
So this is a very winnable situation.
Especially with Rosella having a Vandal, so gun advantage is practically even if I'm correct.
Yes, she does. Johake does also have a Vandal. This is
30 seconds left.
Still a decent amount of time to plant. So I wouldn't rush it too much. Check your corners.
But smokes are coming down from that dead clove. Flashes out but doesn't connect.
I got the spike.
Rosella has to plant here, but might see one. Oh no! Johake doesn't peek, just holding it.
Yes!
Beautiful
There you
kill!
go!
And round 3 goes to ISU.
Yeah. I just love the turnaround. We're like, what a shot! And round 3 goes to ISU.
That is not how I sounded, is it really?
You just were like very hype and then slowly turned into like a calmer voice. I thought that was funny. Anyways, not the
Wow.
point of the story.
I feel like
a nice retake. I wouldn't know if I'd say a retake, but turnaround for ISU. Definitely a turnaround for ISU going down 2-0.
Call that a clutch.
That was a nice clutch.
There you go. That's usually
Got the plant too, so that's 300 more credits.
And Raisnade and the Clove vulnerable. I don't remember what it's called at the moment, but
Vaulting a tiny bit.
yeah, I like this. We're slowing it down a bit. I do think because a couple of us have not so awesome guns. I could be very wrong about that.
I think we all had decent guns if I'm actually correct, but I also
Aggressive
wasn't
dark
checking
wood.
entirely. Yeah. Not terrible guns.
Pig it. Ah! Sees one. Horror game, I swear to you. Ooh, shots land for Sol good.
right there. What's so funny about that?
Just get so happy for one kill.
Dude,
This is
the
the whole
headshots
game.
are so cool. I could never hit these, so I'm honestly impressed.
Fair enough. Ooh, Johake playing back mount here. Will he get cleared out?
got it.
Yeah, they all got blinded. Johake does get full blinded. Gets down by Darkwood. Rotates are coming fast. ISU is going to meet 2 here on site, but smokes are down.
ISU does have the
fire
advantage
there.
in numbers, which is nice.
Real. Thank you.
Yeah, I could point that out.
No, that was good. That's not sarcastic. I was being genuinely serious. Oh,
There you go. That was
There's the round.
fast. And
Yeah.
we're going to get the eco for planting.
Yes.
Good turnaround right here by ISU.
Buckaroos.
Yeah,
Credit.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have a really good eco right now. I think we might see some middle area buys. Maybe, there you go, a couple Vandals from Truman.
Yeah, their economy is a little spread out,
Mm.
not
Yeah.
coherent. We've got a Judge and a Spectre coming out. The rest have
The
Vandals.
Judge is an
but-
interesting choice, but I'm actually kind of for it if you're in the
Look
right
at his
spot.
popping that free operator I was talking about, Tour de Force. You only get 5
You want to
shots,
play? Let's play.
and a voice line pops once you're at the beginning of the round. Now, I think... Thank you so much. That really added to the stream, Scooter.
I think that's what he says, right?
Gets one.
There you go.
Oh, but so the Clove ult was popped. She has to push here because if she has a time frame, and if
Oh.
she doesn't get a kill or an assist within that time frame, the ult ends.
Oh,
But it doesn't
so
matter.
Another kill by Saul Good. The
One more
Rays gets a kill,
push.
though.
Yeah, Rays pushed up with the Clove to help protect them. Tooth Ferret taking down Sharky. So what I was saying is it's very hard to push with an operator. You see here how we're kind of stuck in spawn because of it.
Yep.
They pushed us because we gave them free space because of that op. So
Yeah. I mean, we see the Rays starting. I don't think the Rays is actually going to push. And
she's just jump peeking it, seeing if we're deciding to go that way.
we still have a good amount of time, 40 seconds. We might want to start pushing a tiny bit towards one site. I think we're going to see that from our Reyna. And the Chamber, that's his name.
30 seconds left.
Rosella good for a
Rosella
kill.
with the
We're
kill.
evening the playing field here. Now a 3v3, 25 seconds. She might... What the...
There you go.
One enemy remaining. Last
What's
player
so funny
standing.
about that? Anyways, we're going to see a plant right here, so we're going to get a bit more eco.
Yep,
And-
he's very...
10
And
seconds
the
left.
KO, right, is
yeah,
it's KO.
KO, not
And then-
Teo. I'm
'cause
mixing them up now.
there's KJ, Teo, and
yeah.
KO.
Oh my God! Beautiful flick from Saul.
Wow, I didn't see that
on
one
the
coming.
round.
I hate that I turned to look at you when that happened, unfortunately.
Why?
I don't know, I was
Oh,
talking
you
to
missed the...
Yeah,
that's
I
what you're
missed
saying.
the...
You missed the shot. It was a
But I
very-
saw it out of the corner
it
of
was
my eye,
like
so
a
we're good.
Bam, flick shot. Beautiful.
Anyways, nevertheless...
You sound like me. I say that non-stop in these.
Anyways?
No, nevertheless.
Oh, nevertheless. I just said the word.
What?
I don't know
I'm
what
just
you
saying
want.
that I say
We're
that a
getting way too distracted. ISU up
Me and
3-2.
Xavier get way more distracted, believe me.
I'm there. I'm the observer.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Okay, we're going to see
going
the
really
Reyna
fast here.
pushing. I'm honestly definitely trying to shake things up against Truman, and I feel like it's been working. We originally were down 2-0, now up 3-2, and we've definitely been exchanging between how fast-paced and slow-paced we are, so it's not a bad play.
Yeah, Random Flash coming out. The KJ utility Loki isn't very good. We baited out that Vice Wall. So here is the Vice Wall I was talking about. We're finally seeing it in use.
But
This Vice Wall is not breakable. You have to wait, and it
the
lasts
attacker
a little
Killjoy
over.
wasted we had wasted a tiny bit of time with our Killjoy.
Not much. You usually wait till the last couple of seconds of the lockdown to push anyways,
Okay.
because you have time to play on site if they push too
Spike
early.
planted.
There's time to play in the ult for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But we
Okay.
are going to be in a 5v5 retake, I think, if we get bomb. Oh, bomb is planted.
Yes.
My bad.
We don't have any more ults to spare, though.
Oh my goodness. A very fast peek there from Tooth
Wow.
Fairy. Good for 2. We're in a... Oh, Rosella good for 1. We're in a 2v3 situation now. Oh my gosh.
what a
beautiful
shot.
And
there you go.
Darkwood,
Wow,
good for
that was
the
fast.
cleanup, if you will.
To be quite honest, Truman, a couple quick kills, turn around, ISU, a couple quick kills to finish it off. It was an interesting round, sorry. I just
okay.
thought The point that you made where you were talking about the attacker killjoy and how that allowed us to push in,
Yes.
and then the retake.
Yes.
We haven't seen ISU that very well defending off a retake, especially at least in these first couple rounds. The first 2 rounds, we didn't have that great defense against a retake.
Yes.
So being able to get a nice retake right here is, I think that's a really good statement.
Very nice.
Okay, don't need to make fun of me. I can see it.
I'm trying to be nice, okay? What do you want me to be?
I don't
Trying
know
to be
what I'm
nice or
doing,
you yell
I
at me. I
know.
make fun of you and you yell at me. There's no winning. Oh, and they use that flash to peek out of the smoke there very quickly. Ooh, and the Rolling Thunder coming out from Sharky, I believe. Yes. Ooh, a team flat, or maybe not. Oh, trades are coming out. We're up 1 here. EMZ stuck, gets killed. We're in a
Gunned
2v4 situation now.
Yeah, I mean, we can see they're already starting to rotate towards back.
Fair brought down to half and traded by Darkwood. It's a 3v1 situation. Now, Saltwood is half HP, but if played properly, this should be.
Yeah, and Solgood's definitely playing it towards this little tree cove area. I don't know. It's called tree. Okay, I thought so. Honestly, not a bad play. We can see the Vice is actually, the Viper is pushing in, but
The trade comes out. So I wish we could have replays because I think ISU played that really well. Solgood was low HP, so he was baiting for his Omen. He was playing in that more aggressive angle while Darkwood was kind of tucked. So when that Viper, when Nebulous pushed in, killed the low HP Solgood, Darkwood was there to get the easy trade because
so as
Solgood
a
was baiting.
bait,
Yes.
and kind of sacrificed knowing that they weren't probably going to make it throughout the round.
Exactly, because you're low HP.
Okay, that's a smart play.
Yes, and they did that really well. Now whether or not that was on purpose remains to be seen. But we're going to go with yes.
It's always best to assume when a good play happens,
Indeed.
it was meant to be like that.
Seems they know that someone's pushing up here. Oh, are they going to just flash out? Oh, or dry peek. Don't dry peek. Okay.
Oh, and we do
But
dry peek.
We get the trade. No, the breach flash did come out. Darkwood's
Breach?
good for EMZ.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't land onto that raise, I think, because she was so close. But
Okay, that makes sense.
we are in a numbers advantage once again. Johake over by breakable, but site is completely clear. Bomb is going to get planted. Rosella good for Tooth Ferret on the flank.
Door does get
Spike
opened.
planted.
This Vice is pushing up here, but only with a
Last
sheriff in
player
hand. Gets
standing.
taken down by Darkwood like it's nothing.
Darkwood has been playing quite flawlessly, if you ask me.
I think I may agree
Yeah.
if I were to ask you.
Okay. Well, I am glad you did ask me then.
This commentary.
Anyways, Sharky gets the last shot in. That was a great. I mean, so far, ISU, ever since going down 2-0, these past 6 rounds, I think they've been playing really well. They've been able to get the plant on almost
Yeah,
every
we
time.
have 6 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I mean, been able to get the plant on every time and then finish
And it-
off all the kills.
Yeah, it hasn't even gone to a bomb explosion. Like we eliminate all the enemies before it even gets to that point. Very
Yeah.
nice, very nice.
I mean, if I'm correct, Darkwood has been playing really good, but at the exact same time, I would say it's been really good just team play as well. There hasn't been any time. There hasn't been. There might have been one time, if I'm correct, somebody's had to clutch up. But besides
Lots
that,
of trades coming out.
yes.
Yes. Also, Rosella's flanks have been getting a lot of value. They're really valuable on this map because it's really small and there's a lot of lanes to push. But the Viper's Pit does come out from Truman. Oh, as well as the Vice ult.
What does happen with the Vice ult?
So that Vice ult, if you're in that range, your gun gets taken away. Steel Garden. So if you're in that Steel Garden, your primary weapon, your Vandal, your Phantom, your Operator, whatever is your primary weapon, gets locked for a little while, and you can only use your secondary weapon, like a Classic or a Ghost or a Sheriff.
Okay.
So it's really good to delay pushes or even secure kills because they have to fight with a pistol, and that's just not as good as a Vandal or an Op. Ooh, I believe Julian got locked in here alone. 1 HP, dies to the Molly, unfortunately.
Yeah, just that blind kind of costed him right there.
Well, and it was the Vice Wall. They went to team push. Julian
it
went.
got Vice walled off?
Yes, he got Vice walled off. So they went to team push. Julian was a little bit too far ahead of everybody else, so he got locked
30
out by that
seconds
Vice
left.
wall while the rest of his team was still behind it.
Yeah,
30
so I
seconds
wonder
left.
what ISU's planning right now.
No, they need to make a decision here. 20 seconds now, and Bomb is still in spawn.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long distance to go, especially if it takes 4 seconds to plant. I think we're pushing A. That's a lot of time. I don't know if we'll have
It's all
enough
good,
time.
good for 1.
10 seconds left.
I do not think we get bombed down, to be honest.
Nope, I do not think we're going to be able to get
Yeah.
bombed down either.
But Truman, we unfortunately gave them the round, but we brought down a lot of them. We're still saving 4 guns.
These guns we use are
So-
okay,
But unfortunately,
no
the
offense.
Chambers ult was fully used that round. Yeah. Can I not just say chamber ult?
I mean, you can, but for consistency's sake, to confuse the viewers, you don't want to do that. And also, professional casters use the real names.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's just
I-
like a... No shade, call it what you want, but I will correct you.
Okay.
if I know the right thing.
I will accept that.
Here.
Anyways, we see an Odin being bought by EMZ.
Yeah, I do believe they had that last round as well. I think they might have saved it.
Oh.
But nonetheless, we are pushing ace
I have the
site
spike.
very obviously. Solgood does have spike in hand. Looks like we're flashing out. Front A main is clear. That Viper wall is down. This may be a beautiful timing.
Oh, they do notice Joe Hake.
Yeah, Solgood is going to be pushing into tree alone here. Might run into that that Odin.
Does run
But
into the Odin, gets the kill.
Gets the headshot first. Ooh, the Raze ult does get 1. Julian, good for that trade. Sharky caught with utility out. This is a very intense 2v3 now. Spike is planted. Solgood 1 HP. Good for the trade. Wow, this is intense.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this retake. It is a 2v2, and like you're saying, Solgood is low, unfortunately, due to that Odin. But Solgood has been playing really good so far, especially on his angles. We'll see if that can slightly help clutch up.
I like where Julian is positioned right now. Oh, they do clear him, unfortunately, but he's good for the
Last
kill.
player standing.
It is a 1v1 situation,
And you get the
gets it! And round 10 is secured. I guess I did calm down at the end there.
ISU has been... When ISU needs to clutch up, they have so far in this round, and score definitely helps reflect that.
Certainly.
We do see some nice buys for ISU. I think, if I'm correct, Truman might go a bit more of a middle area
I
on
do
their
think they have to
buys.
save this round, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like they're giving 1 hero rifle to Johake. And I believe that is the player who consistently did well last map as well, so that's unsurprising. Oh, just kidding. They
Yeah.
traded it for a sheriff.
I didn't see that last second, so I don't know.
See what? He
What
doesn't
they-
have a Vandal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be... I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Once again, we're pushing towards A.
Yeah, and
Decent.
A might be, other than this Viper wall, it's kind of clear. There's
Yeah,
a
I
Raze
mean...
on site. There's a couple on stair, but that's negligible. This Raze is going to be easily flushed out, especially with Solgood and Tree.
Yeah, I mean...
We've got 3 pushing her, and she's already half HP. There she goes, down by Solgood. Darkwood good for another. Rosella holding the flank here, caught with utility out.
Spike planted.
That has been the moral of the story so far on a lot of these
Yeah.
tight situations.
Throw
They've just been
utility.
caught with utility out, and not much you can do about that. Just an unfortunate circumstance. They did fake the door.
Yes, they did do that last round too.
One player
Sharky good for
standing.
2, beautiful kills. Gets
Doesn't
traded
see him
by
behind.
Nebulous. 1 HP, or rather half. Julian is playing on site here. Oh my gosh.
There you go. Never mind.
Was there a
Solgood.
gap in that smoke?
I think there might have been
Okay.
just a tiny bit towards the wall.
Last
Very
round
nice.
in the
Yeah, and I mean, especially in that round, I'm pretty sure Nebulous only had a Bucky, so wouldn't have been able to get
True.
that shot.
Well, he did pick up, he killed Sharky with that Bucky and picked up Sharky's
I didn't see
Vandal
that.
Wave,
So could have gone bad for Solgood. Didn't happen though, so can't
It didn't.
complain.
And here is that tour de force once again.
He
Third
pulled it out
time.
3 times.
Yeah. Tends to happen.
Especially, it takes, what is it? Isn't it 8 orbs?
Yep.
Yes, that
Just
is 8.
counted.
So, I mean, getting
There's 1 shot down though.
getting it 3 times is quite impressive.
Well, the orb collection really helps, and he is popping out fairly well. I think we're trying to push very fast here, but the utility kind of delayed it. Oh, and there's that Vice wall. Will we see it? Oh, gosh. They should expect it. Okay, the TP out. That's fine. We're baiting that Vice wall. This is good. And that the RKJ ult was popped. That lockdown. So we should be getting sight for free here. One player even got detained, but I don't think we're going to be able to hunt them down.
Let's see if we can get the plant going.
I like the space that Darkwood and Solga just took, and it's even secured them a kill. Bomb is getting planted. Nebulous good for Darkwood. So we're still in a 4v4. Julian downs Nebulous.
Off your feet!
EMZ.
Rolling Thunder coming out from Sharky, trying to delay that push. I do think maybe that was a little bit early. One on the flank here, that raise, that could cause some issues.
Yeah, Rosella able to read that a
And
tiny
Julian's
bit.
kind of holding it.
That's good.
Sharky good for a second. Gets taken down by EMZ with that Odin.
Yeah, that Odin has
Player
been
standing.
huge so far for.
Remaining.
Ah! A very, very close round. But honestly, with the Clove ult also coming out, I think that was a really hard round win for Rosella there.
Yeah, we did end up dodging the 9-3 curse.
Do you know what the 9-3 curse is?
Isn't that where at half,
Switching sides.
when a team is up 9-3, they're more likely to lose it?
Well, more likely or not is questionable, but there have been circumstances where teams in professional play, as well as in your normal ranked games, the team that goes up 9-3.5 loses. That has happened
Multiple times.
often enough to make it seem that maybe it's a little bit more than a coincidence.
Okay.
If you're into that superstition kind of thing. So it might be a blessing that we lost that last round if you're into that kind of.
I guess that just means if
funky.
you ever decide to bet for some reason on Valorant Professionals, a 9-3 isn't a bad thing to go
Yeah,
for.
you
to bet
could get some good return on that.
I bet you could. But I don't know why you'd be betting on Valorant, so
I
I'm going to
think
stop
that-
talking.
I think it's
Anyways,
weak.
we're now back onto defense. This is the first time we've seen ISU play defense, especially on Lotus,
Right
because
there.
it's the first map, the pistol round. But
It's all
we
good,
do-
good for Johake over in C main. Spike is. It seems like Truman is defaulting here. I really want Solgood and Julian to push up C. Come on, keep going.
Slowly but surely they are. Don't worry. Don't rush them.
I want to
Take
rush
the
them.
time.
Darkwood spamming out. I'm shocked that he didn't get spammed back by Poke.
No, I think Poke is just trying to bide for when that smoke dies down.
The dissipate. And there it goes. Peeking one. Re-peeking. 50 HP. Darkwood does have to fall back here. I think. Yeah, here comes the utility, and I think finally Solgood and Julian are pushing. I think they might have been banking on a rotate.
Oh,
a
nice
beautiful shot
right
from
there by
Sharky.
Sharky.
It's all
EMZ
left down to EMZ.
going through what was a bunch of KJ util,
Spike's
but
here.
was able to get past it a
And,
lot.
ISU does have bomb control.
Oh,
they
I
can
didn't
play-
realize the bomb was
They
planted.
can play safe here.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, that's not a bad play. Just making sure you keep bomb on your sights.
My only concern is whether or not EMZ decides to flank all the way through B and get behind Sharky. And it looks like Sharky might have had that read. Ooh, thank you for the follow.
Yeah. Oh, EMZ.
Ooh, gets taken down by
Oh,
Solgood.
Solgood.
Beautiful.
What a shot.
And pistol round goes to ISU.
Yeah, I mean, so far ISU has been pretty dominating this match. Once again, we're up 9-4.
Yeah, those, 6-7 rounds in a row really
Definitely
helped us out.
Yeah, not a lot of back and forth we've seen in the first match. I think ISU definitely got into a bit of a groove. Started to cool down a tiny bit. We'll see if they can try to turn it back around
I mean,
now.
hey, starting with winning pistol.
That's a great start. Last round, we were back and forth a tiny bit. As soon as we started the second half, we played very well, so we'll see if that happens again.
Doing a full push on a B. Unfortunately, ISU kind of gave up B. They're going slow, though. Smoke is out on B. ISU should have the knowledge that they're pushing. Lots of utility out. Sharky caught with it. Somehow survives, but
Not
gets
for long.
taken down. Bomb is going to get planted, but 2 killed
Wow.
through this. Oh, from
Spike
flank.
down, B.
Beautifully done. Julian and Solgood on that flank. Rosella trying to take space here over in Breakable. And once again, ISU has bomb control. One is in heaven, one's
Gun
back
here.
site, or back CT you could call it.
Yeah,
Fair
too
brought
fair.
down to about half.
Up in heaven, never a bad spot, but we do know where he is. Caught
And he gets
reloading.
taken down. Darkwood's just having a heyday.
I bet he's having a great time right now.
Oh, yeah. Jahake is peeking
Gets
here.
tapped a tiny
Trying to-
bit.
One enemy.
Ooh, but Darkwood.
Haven.
Oh, almost the transfer, but gets taken down
There
by
you go.
Julian. And
Good
there's
team
that
play.
bonus round.
Yeah, I mean, not entirely sacrificing life, Darkwood, but basically getting killed right there. His team knew immediately where the Raze was, being able to turn around. That's good communication, good knowledge of the game as well.
Yeah, if anything, you do give your team knowledge, if nothing else.
Yeah, and it's a great thing to have in this
There's a
game,
Silva
especially
voice
on
line that I
defense.
really like, where he's like, if your shots don't hit today, don't worry. You could be useful in other ways. And you know, when I hear that voice line in my comp games, it really boosts my ego when I'm 0-8.
Yeah, one too many games have ended like that.
Ooh, yes, peek the up. Do it.
Doesn't get flashed.
Yes!
Gets the kill!
Beautifully done. Julian, good for another over on C, also on C. Over
But
on
the
also
rest of the
C.
team is pushing B. And we see the Ares spam right
I
there.
like the Ares spam, I do. But unfortunately, it doesn't get any value. They didn't decide to push through it. Gosh darn it.
But
Flash is coming out. Tooth
they
is
might
trying to
be
peek
rotating
here.
towards A or C, in which Chamber still
Yeah.
has the up.
We were rotating towards C, but just to pick up bomb, I think we are going to commit over to B.
nice Ares
Maybe
kill
not
by Sharky.
anymore, actually, after that kill. Another Ares. Love
Hey man,
it.
I am never against some Ares play. That's my favorite gun.
I used to be an Ares player.
Oh, it used to be my favorite gun. It used to be really buffed when I played though. I don't know how long that was ago, but it was really buffed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
Honestly.
we're going to see a tiny bit of defaulting. We're going to see the Raze trying to push up, or Reyna pushing out and around.
Yeah, it
moving
looks like
balance.
Spike is going to be going towards the B area.
But still have some time.
Yeah, Truman is kind of splitting up here. I think they're
30
hedging their bets,
seconds
trying to
left.
figure out where they are, but they don't have a whole lot of time to play with. 25 seconds on the clock. Are they saving? There's no way.
That I don't know. It might be a bit too early to save.
Well, and I don't think they have guns to save, is my
That's
thinking.
true. No one's really died yet
Yeah,
on
the
ISU,
Viper is
so
pushing alone. NACE Sharky, 16 HP. Sharky is locking down this site with that spam. Bomb is getting planted, gets stunned.
there
Bomb
we go.
doesn't
Got
get
the
down.
kill,
The round is
and
won.
it's over.
Beautifully done. Gets killed at the end, but who cares?
It doesn't matter at that point.
Oh, EMZ was 1 HP.
In the end, they got the kill before bomb was planted, so the round didn't go on,
Indeed.
and it
That's
ended
a
just like that.
Very good stun. Breach utility. Oh boy, does it give me a headache. But
I mean,
you
it's
know,
supposed to. It does the ringing noise, doesn't it?
that was good. Yeah, the concuss. It literally gives you a concussion.
Yeah. So I would assume it gives you a headache. Solgood still with the op, still sticking to that C.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it looks like
Yes.
Truman's going A.
They learned from their lesson, it seems.
I completely
It's a
understand.
big stun. I think that hit at least 4. But we weren't pushed up, but yeah, up a
Oh,
net. Rosella good for
Rosella
the
gets
trade. Good for a
2.
second. We're in a 3v3 situation here.
Unfortunately, only one is on A. Gets the kill though.
kill.
Sharky has been playing pretty good so far. I mean, Ares spam is very nice. So
Yeah, Solgood is rotating. Julian on the flank, making Truman.
not be able to rotate, which is pretty nice,
Yeah, the
especially
pin-
now that Solgood is rotating towards A.
Yeah, he is backing up though. I think that Truman is going to end up B here at some point, which they may run into that. Run into Sharky. That Sharky.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's sitting on that, what is it, the angle that he was at earlier with another Ares.
Yeah, I don't think he's good. He does have a Vandal in hand.
Oh, he
Flash
has a
is going to
Vandal?
be out, but it gets broken before it gets off. Stun is out. Door's going to be open. They're going to run into Julian here.
I
Julian
think
good
Julian
for 1.
was able to read that play pretty well. I'm
Yeah.
assuming she read that play, but honestly, I have no clue.
The ego coming out
Oh.
from Sharky. I love it. But it is a 1v1 situation. Planting bomb. Ooh, if he holds this angle, well, after she
Spike planted.
plants. Oh!
Oh, still gets the kill!
Nice!
Good swap, not trying to stick to that
And if he
op.
landed that op
That would have been
shot,
insane.
that would have been crazy. But the ghost works too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm shocked he didn't. Oh, did he not? Yeah, he didn't have any shots in his headhunter, so that's why he didn't pull it out. Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say the pocket guardian, as I call it.
Mhm.
It's basically a sheriff that you can ADS with, and it one-shot headshots from any range. for Chamber. It's his Q ability. And I was shocked. What I was saying is I was shocked he didn't pull it out there, but it's because he didn't have any shots left in it.
Yeah, because he has to buy each.
You buy the
yes.
bullets, yes.
Yep,
And each bullet,
individual shot.
it's either $100 or $150. They're very expensive because it's a very, very good ability. Chamber is the gun agent. He gets guns.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh, it seems
and
we're gonna
it's
be
good that
running
Solgood's
into-
playing with him. Solgood.
Oh my God.
Goodness, Solgood.
Ooh, the Raze ult does do a little bit
Barely-
of damage onto Solgood. Good
Oh!
headshot kill.
Another op shot.
Ooh, almost.
Doesn't get the third
The
though.
metal comes out hitting Darkwood and Solgood. They're both
There's
very
a lot
low
of
from that
smokes
decay.
right there.
Trap destroyed.
Yeah, they are smoking off every angle because they don't want that op to get any more value than it already has. Truman knows that they have to win this round if they want even a chance of winning this match.
I mean, it is the match point.
It sure is.
So they're going to put everything on the line
Yeah,
right
Tooth
now.
Ferret brought down to half HP. ISU's in a really good position here. Smokes are out. We're pushing here.
Once again, this could be
And
ISU's JV's first win
snap
in
it!
program history. There we go. What a day right there for ISU JV.
Very nice. Very fun. We did
Very
very
nice.
well. Like, I think we talked about it a lot, but Darkwood really put in the work for map 1.
Darkwood popped off.
Starkeeper map 2. There was...
They're doing 5 big booms in the
Oh,
arena right now. That
I love that I get to see that tomorrow too. Yay! Anyways, it was a very good map, very fun to watch. Close at time. Second map, a roll. We did so well.
almost like the varsity match last week.
Sure, yeah. I think varsity rolled
Yeah,
a little bit harder,
it was
yeah.
13-10 first match, and
And
then
then 13-2.
yeah, so
Very close.
Relatively
but
similar.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with Varsity Valorant at 6:30 as per usual. So we'll see you then. Thanks for the follows. Also during stream, we saw those. I'm sorry if I didn't comment on them. They're new.
yeah, we're not entirely used to them, but
So
we appreciate it.
yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for Varsity Valorant. Bye.